Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to the start of a brand new campaign series here today on the channel. We're back on Total War Rome 2. We're going to be playing on the Rome 1 mod, which brings Rome 1 to Rome 2. We're going to be playing as the Brutii here today. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. This mod has had a recent update over the last couple of months, and it's back on the Steam's workshop, as it were. If you guys can remember, a couple of years ago I did a co-op campaign with Sol on this mod where I played as the Scipii and the Julii. I don't know if it's the same mod creators, however there's been a new update this year and I thought I'd play as the Brutii. So this sort of brings the arcadey style of Rome 2, the colour scheme and the aesthetic of those factions. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how this series ends up. I will play the Rome 1 intro there just to sort of bring back that nostalgia feel in a moment. Alright, let's get stuck into the campaign.
We Brutii are the only true Romans. We saved Rome. We drove out the kings. We made the Republic. The family deserve respect for that. Respect and obedience. We know what is best for Rome. New lands, living space, territory, slaves. I know what must be done. The Greeks, they look down their perfumed noses at all Romans, and they hate us. I'm going to give them a reason for hate when I've crushed them. Roman steel, that's the answer. Roman steel in the Brutii fist. And the other great Roman families. The Scipii, trash. They have no respect for proper Roman ways. For us, the Julii prostitute themselves as if the people mattered. Bah. We Brutii must lead Rome.
Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Welcome to the Brutii, the true sons of Rome, that some call them. I think my first Roman campaign was with the Julii, but if I had to pick my favourite factions of the three, I would have to pick the Scipii if I'm being honest. However, I do quite like the green of the Brutii. So this is what we currently occupy in the boot. The House of Scipii have a little bit of territory on mainland Italy. The Senate's here as well, and the Julii. I can't wait to see how these essentially four Roman factions can sort of sprawl on out. So we're at war with the Macedonians and the Greek city-states. So fighting the Greeks is going to be a lot harder because they are a one united entity. They're not broken up into Hellenic colonies. Looking at our family tree, the Antonius dynasty at 68%. We're currently a republic. We could go away to an empire at some point. Declare a dictatorship. So we have Lucius Brutus here of the Brutii. Okay, he doesn't have any children. He's not married off just yet. Okay, well, diplomacy-wise, can we get a little bit of cash money from our allies, potentially? Maybe I should have bound that to a pact. Okay, the Scipio might give us some money. 500, we'll take that. The Senate, the SPQR. They're not interested in getting us anything. Macedon, the Greeks hate us. We can't make peace with them. Starting at war is always a little bit of annoying. We've got Carthage, and we've got some Illyrian pirates there as well. But we're going to be doing a long campaign. I want to sort of push eastward, grab up as many of the Greek city-states. Tech-wise, hasn't been changed overly too much, so we'll go with some reforms there. We want to eventually get out legionary cohorts and whatnot. We are using a couple mods in this, apart from the Rome 1 mod in Rome 2. We are using a unit card mod, which you can find on the Steam Workshop, and just varial upgrades and stuff. So let's get 5 Hastati in while we can. It gives it sort of, and 2 Cavalry, and it sort of gives us that DEI sort of feel as well. Okay, so we'll expand Brundisium, and we'll go with... we won't probably get a public forum to sell slaves at one point. As we do have Carthaginian and Greek influences, you arguably could build a religious building there, but I want to go down the economical stuff. So Syracuse and Lilybaeum I'd like to go for, but maybe going against the Macedonians early on is the play, as we're already at war with them. Epirus isn't in the game. It's currently under control of Apollonia, Larissa, and Pella as well. So we'll get an army up and we'll march over the Mediterranean, the Adriatic, to hit the Macedonians. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. We can get a spy now to go ahead, but I think pushing sort of traditionally where the Brutii go, pushing eastward always can get you a lot of decent territory. I think we sort of want to essentially grab the Eastern Roman Empire. We'll get a fleet here as well, and allow like the Scipii to take North Africa, while the Julii can take on the barbarians and Gaul. Okay, so we've got 11 units here now. That should be enough to hit Apollonia. Now, what I've already noticed in this mod, that the garrisons aren't overly too big. Okay, so we've got a secondary army building up here now. We've got another political faction. Lucius Brutus can get married off as well to a 26-year-old. Perfect. Let's secure her position. And hopefully we can have a lot of future Brutii to come. Get a long, strong family tree. Alright, let's strike Apollonia here. We'll avoid the amphibious attack. Now, look, we'll fight this one on the campaign map, just to show off the units and the unit cards. Looks like the Julii are pushing into Pataventum. We've got a secondary army coming, but we've already made landfall to Macedon, which is good. Alright, let's strike them here. So a quick save, and we'll fight this one on the battle map. So they've also balanced the factions, similar to what they were in Rome 1. I'll put in the description below the mod if you guys want to check it out, because there's a lot of patch notes for it. Because if you guys can remember, although Macedon and the Greeks have a lot of pike units, they were slightly under-armoured. Now, these guys are going to have sort of the arcadey green look to them. They're not going to be the historically accurate units you see in Divide et Impera, which I kind of like. I like mixing it up. I love Rome 1. I did a Scipii campaign not too long ago, but I thought, why not, seeing as this mod is new, and I haven't played as the Brutii on this mod. Why not do a series? But here they are, the Brutii, the true sons of Rome. And they've all been kitted out in a green looking colour. Lucius Brutus here as well, with his Equite cavalry. And the war with Macedon is in full effect. So, yeah. I don't know if it's a criticism, but it's something I've sort of realised in this mod. The garrisons aren't very strong, so realistically, this would be a clear-cut auto-resolve, which I don't know if it should overly be. Making landfall on Greece like this should be a lot harder. But maybe it's sort of more like Rome 1, where both you and the AI can gobble up a lot of territories in quite quick succession. But here are the lightly armoured pikes, like I was talking about. Pike wall! Because that's what they looked like in Rome 1. So my Equites are going to be able to run down their lightly armoured peltasts quite quickly. And already they're at a full retreat. I would have liked the family tree to be slightly bigger, because we have to sort of wait on RNG on family members and stuff. From what I can remember, the Julii and the Scipii family tree was quite big. I haven't played as the Brutii and Vanilla Rome one in quite some time. So, if... pull back. It's just like, if we can catch them in transition while they're moving their pikes around, we should be able to get a charge in. But hitting pikes head on or as they're slowly moving down is not my cup of tea, let's say. Move here. So we're going to be doing episode 2 tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be playing for an hour here today. And we're going to be doing daily, if not every other day, because I've got a couple of other series in the pipeline that I want to do. We've got the Isengard series running on the channel, if not it's wrapped up. The Takeda Shogun series as well. That's now done. I'm thinking of maybe playing as Rune for Third Age Total War. But as always, let me know in the comments series you would like to see, depending on the general consensus and how many guys sort of want to see it. I'm happy to do more campaigns on Rome too. But here come the brave sons of the Brutii. Surrounding, hacking and slashing. Pikes can be a little bit of a heavily armoured pikes are the major issue for any Roman faction. But lightly armoured ones, hitting them from the sides and the flanks, not so much. Okay, we'll push for the general unit here. We'll swing around our cavalry. A clear-cut victory. More or less in order resolve. So here are the levy pikemen of the general unit. Peltasts are coming off. Swing around here. Now, because they're sitting from the side, we should be able to envelop them. Good strike there. Lucius Brutus comes in. That is a decisive victory. We only lost 30 brave Brutii, while we knocked out 457 of them. But, yeah, what I really like about the Rome 1 campaign is having these 3 Roman factions sort of sprawl out over the campaign map. So even if we are victorious in the east against Seleucids, Egyptians and Macedonians, we're going to have to double back and face Rome. We will march on Rome like Gaius Julius Caesar, but it'll be essentially Lucius Brutus to cross the Rubicon. So we will declare war on the Senate at some point. But we've taken Apollonia here today. A really great start. We're going to push towards Larissa now here with Brutus with 12 units. But we have seemed to had a really decent run on the Greek mainland. Now we can auto-resolve this one as well as we march towards the Macedonian city of Pella and their capital. They should have some territory up towards Thrace and the Danube, but we're doing quite well early on. We'll focus on the Macedonians because we're at war with them. Then I guess we'll double down against the Greeks. But taking out the Greeks is probably going to be easier said than done. Oh, the Julii are on the move though, which is good to see. Probably go with formidable fighters. We've got the commander trait there. And the warrior for Brutus.
The storm is coming.
Gaul has declared war upon me. Okay, they're at war with a lot of people though. Okay. So there's a small navy in Pella by the look of it. We can upgrade our cavalry here at Larissa. And we've got a secondary army here with Legion 2. We've got some Epirus rebels. Oh, so even when rebels come up, they are rebels of Rome 2. That's kind of cool. Well, we'll allow Legion 2 with a Hastati spam of 1.6k to run them down. There are some bugs here and there. For some reason, his sword isn't loading in. Whatever, so be it. We'll get rid of them. And that quick rebellion is now dealt with. We'll probably have to deal with the Illyrians at some point. So let's move you there. Swing you higher up here. And I guess we'll try and strike Pella. We can't get any mercenaries just yet. Okay. So we'll try and siege this out a little bit. We could even wait for this secondary army to come in, just to sweeten the odds. Go with commander with this secondary general here as well. Eventually I'm going to get a lot of family members in. Okay, so it does look like the Macedonians have moved their fleet out, which does make the auto-resolve weaker. But look at this, a capital city with only 5 units in. It's just not large enough. That's probably my one constructive criticism. But there must be a reasoning behind it, which I just don't comprehend at the moment. Move you back. And the Macedonians have moved up an army of 16 units. Oh, but they've taken all of Thrace. Odessa there. Ah, so while we've pushed into Greece, they've pushed north, because Thrace is a faction in this. Taking out good old Spartacus. But now with a full stack, we can easily auto-resolve this. And take the city of Pella. So we've taken the central province of Greece here for the Brutii. We'll loot and occupy, of course, as well. Alright, sweet. I didn't think I was going to be going so far north into Thrace on the, like, up near the Bosphorus, but alright, I guess that's where we're going. So they want peace now, though? No! They are really not happy with me taking their capital. Okay, so be it. Still not interested. Germania has attacked the Julii. Okay. Some fool has been caught desecrating the temple of Jupiter. I guess pay off the temple. Spain has declared war on me as well. Why? So annoying. Alright, so this is what we currently own. Macedon have pushed into Illyria. And we're still convalescing any more units. Julii have pushed into Octodoron and Massalia as well. So they're sprawling out quite well, which is good to see. The Scipii, not so much. But the Julii are in a really impressive situation. Right, so we've got a stack and a bit in full effect. We're going to push up and try and take Epidamnos, as the Macedonians are pushing into Illyrians, so that's why there's no garrison there. We'll push up here as well and try and deal with this full stack. We've got Legion 2 coming along as well, which nearly has a full army. We'll try and sabotage the supplies there, which have been successful. Perfect, even though it hasn't done anything. Okay. Oh, there's an army here we might be able to catch, actually. Hey, we've been attacked by the Macedonians. Good. We haven't had a proper fight against them. I sort of sat quite passive against them after taking Pella and stuff. So we'll fight this one. We're outnumbered slightly by about 400 soldiers, 2 units or so. So a Macedonian hoplite spam, 4 units of peltasts. They probably do have skirmisher supremacy with the individual unit. While we have cavalry supremacy, swordsmen. But it's like, arguably, do we have skirmisher supremacy? Because we've got a fair few volleys of Hastati, which you're going to count. Alright. So this is our first major fight against the Macedonians. Let's see how well they're balanced against the Romans. Because the Romans dominate the Rome 2 campaign, which is understandable. Kind of the same with Rome 1 as well. So attacking tests do, though. I don't know if I necessarily like that. I'd love to have a shield wall variant or something. It just leaves too many gaps. I want them to be condensed. If there was some way to do this formation and not have it split like that, we could have done it. Oh well, so bad. Alright, you can sit there. You can go here. Move the general towards the center. Cavalry will sit on the flanks. We'll see how we go. We'll try and cycle charge and do some hammer and ambush strikes with the equites, but depending if they get their pikes down quick enough, we might not be able to. But here are the tier 1 Hastati. Which don't look too bad armor-wise. Pushing over now to the Macedonians. Very lightly armored. Peltasts further at the front. And there we have the general's cavalry, which looks like it's a companion cavalry variant. Nearly looking like Spartans though, with those type of helms. Alright. 75% in our favour. Depending on how they use their skirmishes, they might be able to do some damage. But same with us as well. If they don't quickly interlock with our front lines, we're going to have the advantage, like skirmishing them back and forth. But hold the line, brave Brutii, and you'll be victorious. Everyone's on fire at will, that's good. Alright, it's time for you now, cavalry, to push around flank and secure the right flank. The general unit's now coming in there. We might be able to hit someone on the flank here. Come on, quickly now. We're defending 3 points. The general's coming in. Oh, you... Wish you could have skirmished that a bit better. They're now forming up, which is not what we want. Try and split this up a bit, please. The enemy general is dead. Good start. The foolish Macedonian went straight into a front line of Hastati. But this is what we want. We want them to be moving around so they don't pull their pikes down. Charge in. Perfect. A lot of them are hitting me on that side. Oh, you've been caught there. You need to now pull back. Oh, they're just so lightly armored. They're not the best to be fighting pikes. Well, they can pull out. But the clash of shields and spears going at it. Now, sitting in a long fight like this will complicate our Hastati and compromise them. They've now pulled back. Right, so those guys that are like blobbing up there, we'll try and cycle charge around that. Right, you guys are sitting back there with your hands in your pockets. You need to swing around. Give that a buff there. Once we finish those guys off, we'll be able to swing around and help out. Okay, so their skirmishes are running. Well, I'm actually competent for my equites to give chase to those. Yeah. They don't fear the best attacking pikes head on. Flanking and then hitting them from behind is how you have to deal with them. Okay, at least those cavalry are dealing with the peltasts well. If they were sitting down peppering me, they probably could have made their way to the town square. But at the current rate, we are losing this side here. Oh, I gave you the command to swing around here. Good old pathfinding. Please move here, please. Alright. My cavalry has been a little bit decimated, but that's alright. But I'm really quite impressed how much the AI is just sort of expanding up in the north here. We're not too far into this. Brutii Let's Play, but they are sprawling over the map and painting it their own colour. I personally like the purple. Hey, a decisive victory. Yeah, didn't they change this colour scheme of Macedon? Wasn't it like black and yellow when it first came out, then they changed it? I can't remember. It's more of a purpley yellow, isn't it, in DI now? Anyway, we lost 520 Brutii, while the Macedonians deployed their 2.9k and lost 2.4 if you round it up. Looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted, the Hastati, who did most of the fighting and the dying, some of them got up to 223 per unit. Crikey. The cavalry would have naturally got a bit more because they ran down those remaining stragglers. And you're looking at Lucius Brutus is a great example, because the guy didn't really fight in the battle until it was over, just running down and getting Macedonian enemy captives. But when they put their pikemen to work, some of them did alright. 109 for one. When they clustered up, they really didn't use their peltasts overly too well, which is good for me. But now, we should be able to take this part in Illyria, which I wasn't sort of expecting. We might as well push them while they're fighting against the Illyrians, while they're weakened and battered a bit. And then we'll push and swing around and take their territory up towards Thrace. Oh, they've taken Ida now with that secondary army. Alright, let's get rid of them. But so far we're winning the war. Okay. We'll get Brutus to... Actually, we might get Legion 2 to run it down, because we want to continue to allow Brutus to go north and continue on the initiative. Yeah, I guess they've just like wiped out the garrisons there, and they haven't repaired them. Oh well, looks like we're going to claim Illyria for Rome. But the Julii are still holding and doing quite well. Oh, they've taken Corellas, the Scipii. Okay. Alright, welcome to the top of the turn. We're going to push into Ida now. And I don't know why the Macedonians left it there like that. Push north. Yeah, we're just going to be able to take it from them. Weird, okay. Might be a bit of a bait. They might think they can attack us. We'll try and replenish and repair where we can. We've got access to marble now, which is really good. Okay, do they want peace? No, they're still not interested. Man, they really despise the Brutii, eh? Oh! Oh my god. I was trying to run down that other army. Oh no, I might have extended Legion 2 here. Ooh. Crikey. That's why you need spies. And not just carelessly move armies into fog of war. Need some mercs. Right, so we've been attacked in Ida. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they took it and then they pulled out. Anyway, we'll auto-resolve this one. This is going to be pretty much the same as the last battle we fought just then. Like literally the same, a barbarian defensive siege. Right, so hopefully round 2 will be a little bit more favourable. Got some Dalmate rebels now popped up. But they got rid of the pirates for me. And we came and gobbled up the rest of the territory. We'll finish off this small rebellion here as well. Alright, sweet. So probably 2 more armies we need to defeat of the Macedonians. Oh, they want peace now. I might actually be tempted to do that. Just to build up a bit. And hold on to this territory which we need to convert and control. See that war with the Germanians. And the Gauls and the Spanish. I would ideally like peace with them. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So, we currently have a full stack here with Brutus, and I think it's time to declare war upon the Greek city-states, because I want to try and take Magna Graecia once and for all. We probably could have done that earlier on, but we had wars with the Macedonians, which have now subsided. The Julii are doing quite well, they're pushing north, while the Scipii have managed to make landfall in Iberia. So, we're going to go to war with the Greek city-states to take Athens, Sparta, and Magna Graecia. Then we'll declare war back upon the Macedonians. So we'll call in the Scipii and the Julii. We are still a client state of the SPQR. I'd like to get rid of that at some point if it doesn't cause a civil war, because we're probably paying a couple thousand in tributaries to them. Anyway, Athens has now been taken with a clear-cut auto resolve. And we've nearly got all of mainland Greece under our control. We just have to deal with the city-state of Sparta. Athens is quite built up. It's not a bad strategy sometimes to allow the AI to really build up the territory that you want to sort of plan and conquer. Okay, so we'll try and get some more there with Legion 2. So we have 3 armies currently in operation. One's heading down to Greece and Athens, one's heading down to Sicily, while this one's up in the north near Apollonia. Pontus? Okay, I guess that's because we're at war with the Greeks, maybe? Tribune's daughter. Sure, we'll bring her in because we can probably marry her off and then hire the husband. So we'll do that. You might think that she's not valuable, but she is, because you can basically get a general in for you. Okay, we've got a little bit of cash. It's always good to get champions. The earlier the better, because they can really give you some your army some fantastic buffs. So we'll try and bring them in. Pontus will accept peace. Fools. Still at war with the barbarians, but they don't want to have any of it. A triumph for Lucius Brutus, I guess. That's cool. I guess it's been so many years with the Macedonians. And a decent amount of victories. Isn't it a certain amount of years? But yeah, Lucius Brutus has been brought into Rome and given a triumph. How awesome's that? So that should give us a pretty decent buff. That is nearly like picture perfect. That cinematic cutscene to the HBO triumph with Caesar. Even with the red face and all. Yeah, Lucius Brutus, triumph. +4 public order, local province. Conqueror as well. Alright, it's time to push into Syracuse now and Lilybaeum. I guess the Greeks are at war with the Carthaginians. That's kind of weird. We'll bring you in, because you can get so many buffs with commanders in, and they level up when you fight as well. I can't recommend bringing in commanders for Rome too. The agents are just so strong. We'll be able to get eventually armor, melee attack buffs, movement, and ideally what I like is less upkeep, so we can get more soldiers in. But they've taken Corellas, the Greeks here. Yeah, they're quite a strong faction. They've got territory in Pergamon. Okay, so Syracuse is fine. We're pushing to Lilybaeum now. We will go back to war with the Macedonians, but like if the Carthaginians took Magna Graecia, we probably wouldn't have gone to war with the Greeks. You probably would have focused on them. But if we can grab Magna Graecia all under our control, the quicker the better. All right, sweet. So they've taken Corellas, which is kind of weird. Let's push towards Sparta. There was a full stack around here somewhere. I swear. Maybe not. Anyway, we'll take Sparta. Yeah, I guess they're sort of... oh, no, there it is. I was going to say, maybe they were focusing on Magna Graecia and sort of the islands and stuff. Alright, do the Greeks want peace?
You have my attention. Speak.
No, they're still not interested.
The diplomacy is...
Oh well, we have to deal with this stack though. Okay, welcome to the top of the term. We've got 2 full stacks down in Sparta. And we'll try and push out and attack them on the field. We've got Magna Graecia under control, Corellas. But check this out, guys, which I didn't realise. Carthage has been lost to the Greeks. Like, what? I don't particularly want to go down there because I wanted the Scipii to do it, but it looks like we might have to go down to Carthage. The Greeks have pushed there and taken it. They've done quite well, which is kind of crazy. The Julii have been pushed back a little bit in the north. Good, we have Magna Graecia, so we can put in an edict there. Alright, sweet. Okay, so I wanted to attack the Greeks, but they've actually attacked me, which is good. We outnumber them 2-1. So we've got the Battle of Sparta here today. A defensive battle. No walls, famously, of course. Kind of cool. But we do outnumber them 2-1. But this is our first time fighting the Greeks. And this should be the last of them on mainland Greece. Who would have thought that the Greeks would take Carthage, conquer Carthage before the Romans? In this alternative timeline. Yeah, it's because the Scipii went into Spain. That was the main thing. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to defend. We'll see how we go. Just because there's so many opportunities to breach the town. But we'll try and do our best. Flaming shots there. You sit here. Cavalry, as always, will try and flank and harry. Now, this is going to be a little bit harder because they're a lot more well armoured. Reinforcements are coming from our rear, but they do have their own cavalry there as well. Which arguably might be on par with ours. I'm not entirely sure if they're necessarily better. But they do have archers, which are going to cause some problems. But here are the Greek hoplites. Now, yeah, they do have cavalry supremacy with them. Okay. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. So, this is a united Greek offensive. I kind of like it because if you isolate and sort of just strategically game the smaller Greek city-states, they're not too much to deal with in Rome too, but a good charge here. First up, Peltasts and Astarte are going to completely demolish that first unit that tried to come up. I like to think of it sort of as like a bit of a Greek league, let's say, a sort of a Delian league or something. Alright, cavalry. Ooh, this is a general unit. Go for him then. We might be able to cause a huge morale debuff on them. But so far, I'm really enjoying this mod, playing as the Brutii in Rome 2. Spices things up for Rome 2, because you all know variety is the spice of life. I don't know why I said that in an American accent, but whatever. Alright, they're now gone. Alright, you're sitting here, not doing much. And they're flanking. They're just sort of trying to blitzkrieg my front line. And my Hastati are actually like really holding quite well. My cavalry could be around dealing with the skirmishes, but they should be alright. But the longer they can't hold us back and initiate the countdown, the more the battle swings in our favour, as we have nearly 3,000 Hastati coming in as reinforcements. The Greek world is burning to the Brutii. Lucius Brutus will want to claim himself to be the king of Rome. King of the Romans, an emperor at some point. But so far, he's got a decent claim. But the Julii, they're going to be tough if we declare war upon the Senate. You never know. Sometimes when you declare war upon the Senate, other factions like the Scipii or Julii sometimes come with you and want to be sort of emperors in their own rights and provinces. But the Brutii traditionally always have the better sort of start in Rome 1. If you guys can remember my Scipii campaign, I decided to sort of go... The thing is, right, the Julii, although they're a really cool looking faction, have got a lot of buffs, they've got a lot of poor territory and they have to develop and put a lot of money into their economy, pushing into the north of France and Gaul and the barbarians. Spain is not too bad because it's got Carthaginian influences and stuff and it's a little bit more built up. But economy-wise, the Brutii economy absolutely destroys the Scipii and Julii, just because the amount of wonders, the amount of built-up Greek cities. So that's why I opted to go south and east, both at the same time in my Rome 1 Scipii campaign, which I did earlier in the year. But it looks like as well that we're probably going to have to go down to Carthage, eh? Like, I'm not going to sit idly by and allow those territory to fall into Scipii. No less like Numidian hands. Alright, so my cavalry's doing quite well, chopping up those skirmishes here. We've managed to flank some around to the main Greek front line. We've managed to knock out the general quickly and early again. But this should be the last of the Greeks on mainland Greece. Look at this. A tide of green and the white and freedom of Greece in the middle. What a cool shot. So, yeah, I'd just say it's a little bit shy under. It was more like 9,000 man battle, this one. Not quite a massive and epic 10k battle. But close enough. Okay. Chucking some buffs there. Oh, about time the reinforcing army turned up. We are actually routing with 3 Hastati units there, which is a little bit annoying. But it's okay. The other 15 can make up for it coming in here now. We should be able to cycle charge in the back. It's because they turned around. Alright, let's grab a couple of those. Bring them back and around. We don't need 5 units running after just the one. Oh wow, they actually nearly won there. Okay, we should be alright. But they've actually won there in the rear. Good attempt. Our reinforcements are now here. Should be able to help us out. I did say that the armoured hoplite variant was going to cause more of a problem. They're just so good. Yeah, maybe like army build wise, the Greek city-states, their roster is on par, if not even better, than the Macedonians. Macedonians, whatever you want to call them. I feel like calling them in this called Macedonians because it's easier, because it's actually spelt that way. I think in DI it's spelt with a K, isn't it? I don't know. I sort of pick and choose when pronouncing stuff. Like, I don't call them the Seleucids. I call them the Seleucids. And I also say divide et impera, not divide et impera. But as long as you know what I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter too much. I really could care less. Alright. That solo hoplite unit that was holding the rear is now capitulated, and this should be the last of them as well. Once they're in a full retreat, we'll try and we'll try and run down as many of them as we can. Decisive victory. Phew! 1.3k we lost. They lost 2.1. Okay, so it was about an 8,000 man battle. I thought it was closer to 9. My mistake. Alright, looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted. Whoa, look at those armoured hoplites, man. 239. 218. Oh, God. Archers and skirmishers could have done a lot better along with their cavalry. But if they had a full stack of hoplites / pikes, they would have caused a lot more damage. But we definitely needed that additional 2,500 reinforcement, most definitely. Look at that. Look at our Astarte, man. They have been completely decimated. But now Athens and Sparta are secure under Brutii rule. Taking a lot more territory than what I sort of anticipated. We've had battles in like weird areas as well, which is cool. But what I'm really interested to see is how well the the Scipii and the Julii do. But you never know. If they do quite well, they can declare their own independence as well. That sometimes happens. That's what I love when there's like 3 Roman factions vying for conquest and power within Italy, instead of just a one Roman faction. Gives you sort of like 3 competitors, which is cool. Although it's completely unrealistic. I just love the nostalgia and arcadey style. That's what really motivated me to do this series. Numidia want trade. Sure, whatever. Ban corruption, I guess. Let's finish off that last blip of an army, and that should be the last of them in Sparta.
Greetings.
They might want peace for a little bit.
Chosen words.
Not interested.
You want peace? They're mute as though with the
Still not.
We did not seek war or bloodshed, but when
Drill Sergeant doesn't look too bad. How about you, Numidia? Would you like a non-aggression pact? Because we eventually want to try and take Carthage and Thepos. I don't want to be dealing with a war with you. You quite like me a bit as well. Can't like Numidians get like Roman reformed units? Wasn't there like Numidian legionaries that they could get? Completely unrealistic, but it's quite funny.
Greetings, most
Yeah, I wonder if he's put that in the mod. I'm gonna have to check.
Before you say
We'll just try and disrupt the plot. We've got a pretty big slave revolt going on up here. Spartacus has declared to launch his rebellion in Illyria, I guess. That's been crushed. Right, looks like the Scipii are trying to push for Carthage, so we're going to come and try and meet them there as well. I'm curious to see the garrison. Yeah, there's only 5 units, there's more in Thapus. Oh, well that's really anticlimactic. I wanted to have a decent siege of Carthage here today to end things off. But if there's no garrison inside, that's no fun. Yeah, so there's no unique port of Carthage, by the look of it. There might be. Once we sort of level it up quite a bit. Okay, with the ease of taking Carthage, I guess we push on to Thapus, which might actually have a better battle anyway, due to the garrison. I just feel like the Greeks have massively overextended. Yeah. Maybe even the Scipii might have intercepted them, retaking Corellas. I don't know. Anyway, we've got an alliance with the Numidians now, which is good. Alright, time to take the entire region of Hellas. Which you sort of forget the Greeks referred to them as that. Yeah, you forget how many, like, names we anglicize. Like Germany. Deutschland. And whatnot. So, we'll declare war upon these Libyan rebels. Oh, found Egypt. I wonder if we can join the war. Get some, like, trade would be awesome. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see as well if they're like a Bronze Age faction as well. I'm not entirely sure in this. Let me know if you've played this mod this far. Right, so we'll push and try and take the entire province of North Africa. So they have Libyan spearmen. Just looking at those, they look like legionary-ish. I was a little bit worried. But they've been now destroyed. And the Greeks might have a final stand here. They've still got a lot of territory in Pergamon and stuff. You'd think they'd nearly have Massalia as their territory. I didn't see who owned it before the Julii took it. But Crete's now under our control. There's a small army there. They've still got roads. Looks like the Seleucids there are pushed into Pergamon now. More so. But this is what we currently occupy. We're doing quite well. Do they want peace for now? No, they don't.
We did not seek war or blood.
Okay. Still no children, which is a shame. He's 53, she's 33. So we're going to have to adopt some family members in. So we'll bring in Servius. Servius Claudius Brutii. For all intensive purposes for now is my son and heir. I would have liked more Brutii, but for some reason they're not having any children. And I guess we could adopt her as well to get her married off and bring in another potential family member, Decimus Sempronius Brutii. Yeah, that's why it's always a good idea to adopt those daughter characters or bring them into the family fold where you can, because you can marry them off and get a free general. You don't necessarily have to get a male one for him to be a commander. Right. And we'll bring in those of the Antonius Brutii dynasty in. Right. We'll try and finish off and secure Crete. And then we might bring everyone back and around to maybe launch an offensive against the Macedonians. because the last of the Greeks are in Pergamon and Rhodes. They're a little bit split and fractioned. Going that way, even though to destroy them might sort of overextend ourselves a wee bit, we might be better off going to war with Macedon. Commander trait with you there. General is seeking permission to sail down. I guess we'll allow him. Okay, we'll push into Macedonians. Oh, we can upgrade to early legionary cohort now from our Starty variant. Oh, it's because we've hit that. It's still 21 away. Perfect. So, melee stat differences, armor, base morale as well. Sweet. I don't know if we really want to do that army fully. There might be more armies that we need to be upgraded more so. But my Imperium has gone up now. Greeks, now that we don't border with you technically. Ah, yes, they're going to accept a peace. Sweet as. So we can replenish and repair and consolidate the territory that we've gotten so far. So I think Legion 1 with Lucius Brutus. So we can upgrade our Equites to Roman cavalry as well. And all of these Hastati can be brought into early cohorts. Early legionary cohorts. Sweet as. And with the remaining money, we'll do it to you as well. A child is born. Decimus Claudius Brutii. Cool. Or Brutus. Wow, look at this, man. The Julii have been pushed back a bit. The Dacians have taken Patavium and Iridium. We might have to go up and help, but I don't know. We might just let their stuff get taken. I'm kind of surprised as well. Spain have taken Genoa. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. I've skipped a little bit ahead. So, we've moved 3 armies north to Macedon. Legion 1 with a full stack with Brutus. Legion 3 with half a stack. And then a secondary legion here in Illyria, Legion 2 as well. All have now early legionary cohorts. And we're nearly ready to start a war against Macedon. They're with the Parthians and stuff. But look at this, Brutii, the Julii have been nearly destroyed. They've got a bit of a final stand going on here. They're just getting pummeled by barbarians. I guess they overextended and now being massively dealt back. The Senate is to come up and take Arretium and Irinium back from them, which is kind of crazy. So, we've done quite well. We've got Greece, southern Italy and North Africa under our control. And now we can restart this war against the Macedonians, which we started earlier in today's hour-long part. So, we'll push up here to Patavium, and... or Philippopolis isn't what it was called. No, this is... Polpadavia, okay. I think I used to call it... yeah, Patavium is the North Italian city. Philippopolis is what this is usually called. I guess they've sort of changed it, some of these maybe, potentially. Anyway, we need to take Edessa and Thrace. So, you can push up here. Yeah, so if there's no army in sight, the garrisons are going to stand no chance. A tier 1 army is going to smash a garrison, let alone a tier 2 now. Right. Still can't see any more Macedonian reinforcements here. And we might be able to take Thrace with impunity. Oh, hang on. Oh, have they pushed up there, have they? Anyway, we're about to take Thrace. Let it occupy that. They've got an army up here. There's an army here as well. Their general. Ah, what? They've pushed up here. Really? That's kind of strange. They're pushed up into Russia. Or the Ukraine, whatever. No, so now they're swinging back armies. 2 stacks. Oh, that's so unlucky. We've tended to catch them either when they're pushing up into the Crimea or Illyria and stuff. But now we brought Thrace under Brutii control. Do they want peace? No. The Ponto Caspia. Oh, the Julii have retaken some ground. We couldn't get trade with them for a while, now we can. Oh, I thought they would be doing better than that though, the Julii. I'm surprised how well they started and then fell off a cliff. Armenia, trade please. You're at war with Macedon. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Might be able to get some decent relations with them if we can get things off and running. That would be ideal.
The gods rightly wish us to show humility and not. May the gods.
Maybe even Parthia as well. How can we get trade with them? Being so far in the east. Alright guys, well, it's time to wrap things up here today. Thank you very much for watching this hour-long part here today. We have 2 full stacks ready to push over the Bosphorus. We want to go to war with Pontus at some point to finish off the Greeks. This is what we currently own today. We've had a massive episode, a lot of ups and downs. Look at this. So the Julii are now back, but they've been pushed back. The Scipii had an okay invasion in Iberia, but now they've been pushed back. We've got North Africa under our control, but it looks like Egypt's pushed into that Gamantian territory. So we're going to have to watch out with them. But stay tuned for episode 2 coming out tomorrow. And there's going to be more parts coming over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a pretty decent and long effort for us to actually try and take what was historically sort of the Eastern Roman Empire territory. But anyway, thanks for watching. Unfortunately guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already with the bell notification on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the video. And feel free to leave a dislike. If you want to support the channel and follow me on my social media links, they are all linked in the description below. We've got the series playlist that you can access. You can also have a look at my gaming and recording equipment. If you want to get yourself some cheap games, check out the links. You can support me on Patreon if you want. Channel members are available. Use creator code SimpzyTotalWar on the Epic Games Store checkout to flick me a couple of bucks. We've got Twitter, Discord, merchandise, Facebook, Steam group, Instagram, Twitch, and Google Plus links all in the description below as well. But above all, guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.